Hey, it's been so long since I've done something like this. I'm back, kind of. We'll see. uh, so it's February 3rd, 2025. We're 2 weeks into Trump, or 3 weeks. 2 weeks, I think. There's a lot going on. I'm pretty sure the stock market's crashing right now, kind of. The tariff situation, the plane crash last week, RP the victims. Thoughts go out to the family too. That actually really is tragic. And mass deportations. There's a lot going on already. It's been a crazy, 2 weeks, but literally like a crazy year and a half, 2 years since I've been gone. I went on a self journey. Self journey. I don't know how to say that. I went on a journey to find myself. I don't know. I just took a break. But I guess I'm back. We're gonna figure that out. So that being said, like I said, there's a lot going on, but there's one thing that there's a lot of people talking about it, but I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in because I've covered him before. The H3 Hasan Piker drama. So, I guess before I start the video, this is my channel. I'm at 130 subscribers. Yay. I had 29 videos. My last video was, I think 2023. As you can see, I get shit views, which is fine because I don't really promote this, or this isn't quality content either. My most viewed video is the Arya video, but also the Jeff Wittick stuff. Oh, I didn't realize it's 2.8. Anyway, this is like peanuts. This is nothing, but I'm thankful for it. But as you can see, I've covered H3 before, the H3 Crowder thing. Didn't I cover something else? Oh, I covered frenemies when that fell apart. There it is. And then this is all like 2021. I barely did anything in 2022 and then 2023, but then I stopped right away. I guess I didn't cover that as much as I thought. I covered 2 videos of H3, but I've been on and off a fan for since 2017. So yeah. I haven't seen any coverage of this yet. I've tried to avoid everything because I wanted to watch it myself. I'm pretty sure everyone's fucking seen this already. Or the people who care have seen this video already and probably watched their own people who reacted to their own reaction content creators. They watch those people and the commentary community, I guess. Like I said, I've avoided everything. Kind of wanted to go with my own point of view and see everything. I was a big fan of Hasan from 2020 to up until 2022, and then I watch H3 every now and then, not as much. And I watched Leftovers up until the Liver King video, or the Liver King interview, and then I just kind of stopped watching it because it was kind of if you saw Hasan's stream, then it was pretty much on what they covered on Leftovers, so it wasn't really that new. It was just recycled content, which was fine. But I know the history behind all this, or I know the reason why they're fighting the Israel-Gaza war. I'm gonna try. I have my opinions on that, but I'm gonna try to keep that out of this video because while I do have my opinions, I still want to flesh out my thoughts on the entire conflict, not just the events of 2023. Plus it's the background to this video, but it's not necessary. You don't need to know my point of view to understand Israel and Gaza, or Israel-Hamas war. But yeah, that war created the rift, and yeah, here we are. I know there's been other beefs. I know Willie Mack and some other people made a bunch of videos on these two. It's been a while since I've seen those, so I'm not really up to date, but this is coming from a casual fan. If you're watching this with me, which probably no one is, which is fine. But if you're watching this with me, I'm a casual fan coming back to see what these guys have been up to. Not too happy with Hasan lately. The past 3 years, actually. And yeah, so here we go. I don't know if I'll finish this whole video this stream. I think I'll get like halfway and then maybe watch the rest on my own and then kind of bounce around with the bounce around on like the different reactions, see how people are feeling. I never saw the Keemstar content nuke. Wasn't really my thing. I wasn't really all that interested in all that. So yeah, but we're gonna watch this, see how this goes.
Fucking green Hamas banner. Happy birthday to you. I'm good. Happy birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
Also, too, I forgot about mentioning this. As I'm recording this, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Destiny had his own drama about the text and the Pixie leaks. That's a whole nother situation. I genuinely feel bad for Pixie. She seemed like a really cool girl. Sucks that happened. Destiny's an ass. That's pretty much covers that, I guess. But yeah, that's happening in the background of this. This came out the 31st. The Destiny thing was happening back in December. I had no idea that was going on. I'm not like a DGGer. Fuck that shit. Yeah, I didn't find out about this until like later, and like it was mainly the leaks that concerned me, because that's fucked up. The whole him having an affair with Lauren Southern, I didn't really care about that. I kind of figured that happened, but it was their sex life. They could do whatever they want. But I heard maybe that was maybe that contributed to his divorce. I don't know if that was a reason. I really don't give a fuck about his divorce and all that. I know he made a couple videos about it, but I don't give a fuck about that. His sex life is his sex life, as long as it's consensual, but the whole leaks weren't consensual, as far as I understand, so Destiny sucks. So, yeah. I just want to point that out.
Oh, hi there. It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken. In that time, I've had
Same. It's been a while, too.
3 kids, all boys. I've lost 100 pounds, and I've pissed off 75% of the internet. Probably a lot of you guys, too. Actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas. So much about... Oh, yeah, and I got a tattoo also, so I'm cool like that now. Left or right, I always thought that, despite our differences, there was one thing we could all agree on. And what was that? That we love America and everything she stands for. The thing is, there's something kind of scary brewing in America. Communism.
That's America. That's America to me.
I started a show a couple of years ago with my acquaintance, Hasan Piker. You might remember him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it. Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. That's not what I said. You dumb cracker bitch.
and of course, the Leftovers podcast, which was our show, which we made broadly to goof on the antics of the right. Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge? This comment from Hasan really started to sound some alarms in my head.
If you're in a socialist country with multiple parties, and one of the parties is a capitalist party, which would surely exist, what would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education and offering more...
Re-education?
Re-education, certainly, yeah. There should be an enforcement mechanism, and in that enforcement mechanism, I think like rehabilitation, which would include re-education as well.
If putting capitalists in re-education camp...
I guess time to talk about my political journey, I guess. So, I think I've talked about this before, but you're new, I'm new, we're new, brand new. I guess I was always into history and not really into politics, but history was always my thing. And then kind of stopped doing that when I was a teenager. And it wasn't until 2019. I'm like 21. I forgot. Yeah, I'm like 21, I think. And I was taking a propaganda class, and during that time, the Hong Kong riots were happening, and I did a project on that, the propaganda coming out of that, through like, we were examining like Twitter bots and like just like bots the Chinese government were using to flood the information waves on Twitter. And that was kind of my political moment, and then I got into Andrew Yang. That was a phase. And I just started paying more attention to politics and history again. Then, of course, COVID hit in 2020, in March 2020. I started watching Vaush. I know Vaush has his own problems. Allegedly, I don't know, the whole lolly thing that happened last year. I haven't watched Vaush in at least like 3 years. But I watched Vaush pretty much most of 2020. Watched a little bit of Destiny in that time. And then when 2021 came and Biden took office, Vaush had like a brand revamp, kind of. Like he changed his thumbnails and like changed his thumbnails and all his like art for his channel. I wasn't really feeling that. Plus, like, I don't know, he was kind of being, I just didn't really care for him all that much again. So I started watching Hasan, got into Hasan for about 1.5 years. Some of the stuff Hasan was saying was kind of weird because like 2022, that's when the red pill shit blew up. He was trying to debate Fresh and Fit, and then he kept saying like, oh, they're not big enough, they don't have the clout, which is like really fucking stupid because they did have that clout at the time. I guess they were trying to, like I said, they were trying to have that debate between H3, Hasan, and Fresh and Fit, but they were trying to bring Rollo Tomasi into that. I can see why they didn't want to bring Rollo Tomasi on. They didn't want to platform him because that guy's a leech. But they also, I think they did have a debate. I never covered that though, or I never saw it because like at that point it was like later in the year. I didn't really care. So, but Ukraine was also a big thing that I disagreed with Hasan about. He was also acting really cocky about that. To this day, I think he's holds some shitty views about Ukraine. So, and then obviously the Israel-Hamas war. That's when his like audience really veered off the path, I think. So that's kind of what Ethan's saying. So
Isn't disturbing enough. I started to notice that Hasan was carrying a lot of water for communist states' war crimes and genocides.
What do you call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River, a Russian river.
Tibet was
that's
separate.
squashed. Okay.
Tibet is the South in the Civil War.
Yes.
And most disturbingly, a complete whitewashing of the Chinese genocide against their Muslim minority group, the Uyghurs.
Really?
Don't they have Uyghur death camps? Is that?
It's not a death camp. They were re-education camps, and they are no longer in operation.
Is that
according
true?
to the Associated Press?
wait, what? I never heard this one. I think that's true. They weren't death camps, or at least it hasn't been proven yet. I haven't looked into the Uyghur thing in a while. Associated Press? I'll check that later, but I don't think that's true.
Okay. I saw this crazy documentary, and I don't know. I don't know the surrounding narrative or anything.
The Tibet thing, I'm like, that was just kind of dumb. Like he really didn't need to say that. I think it's valid to criticize the Dalai Lama and some of the stuff that Tibetans do, but to say they belong under the thumb of China, that's like...
The Associated Press quietly fucking wrote an article that didn't get a lot of coverage in mainstream media about how, like, okay, well, all the concentration camps have been closed now. Like, all the re-education camps are closed now in fucking Xinjiang, and it's, like, very different vibes in Xinjiang, and now, it's the tourism hour.
Let's see
Is it? No. Stop, dude.
what the Associated Press actually had to say about this. These are all AP articles from the last 2 years. UK independent body reports China committed genocide in Xinjiang. China sanctioned a U.S. research firm and 2 individuals over a report about the human rights violations in Xinjiang.
It's the tourism hour.
To China's fury, UN accuses Beijing of Uyghur rights abuses.
Tourism hour.
Uyghur County in China has the highest prison rate in the world. 1 in 25 people is in a Chinese prison.
It's the tourism hour.
48 Uyghurs detained in Thailand for almost 11 years are on hunger strike to protest their imminent deportation to China, where they face imprisonment or execution.
Along with this, in Pakistan, there's like similar situations happening. Since Pakistan's part of the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative, so I think part of the deal is to like extradite Uyghurs or clamp down on opposition figures there. So
Not only does this AP article seem not to exist, reading the AP proved exactly the opposite. After seeing all of this, I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is. And then this happened.
Yeah, obviously Hasan's a tanky. I will point out a figure that I know for sure Hasan is. I don't know if they're close anymore, but they were close and they pretty much align in their thinking. I think this figure's more radical than Hasan. I know he's more radical than Hasan. He's funny though, but yeah, not good. But I'll point that out later. Just let's see how this goes.
Breaking news out of Israel this morning, where Hamas has launched a surprise attack within Israel's borders overnight.
Can you do you care that your chat is calling me racist? Do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
Moderate that
I
at
have
all?
not looked at my chat at all, but you
I
have
just
to
opened it, but don't you have moderators?
That's bullshit, dude. Because he's always looking at his chat, like straight up lying.
Do you care at all about what your audience says about
There's
me?
32,000 people in here right now.
I'm just trying to tell you guys how.
He's always like that, bro. He's always on his fucking chat. I never was like watching Hasan's stream. I think I saw a couple times. It was under like 5 times. And it wasn't even long. It was probably like 5 minutes I watched. But I was always watching his YouTube videos. But even in the videos, he's like watching chat and then he's stopping. He's even pointing out, he's like, oh yeah, like I know it moves fast, but once you've been doing this long enough, you just kind of pick up like where the chat is and you can pick out like key phrases and stuff. So bro, he's fucking lying right here.
It feels. And I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, who the fuck is this child? Cold, arrogant,
Ethan,
as fuck.
I love you, but there
I think my Hasan hanger is gonna come out. I think I've been chill so far, but it's gonna come out.
but there's only so much I can
How
do.
can you be? The problem wasn't that he was pro-Palestinian, because I share a lot of those views, and I've been a stalwart supporter of the Palestinian cause for many years. The problem with Hassan's coverage, and a lot of people like him, was their complete lack of empathy for the Jewish people who were frankly slaughtered by Hamas. He refused to show even a crumb of empathy for the Jewish victims. But listen to what this guy has to say.
As you might have seen, there was some sort of rave or desert party.
This one was crazy. This guy works for the Real News Network, I believe. Yeah, this guy is straight up tanky communist.
They were having a great time until the resistance came in electrified hang gliders and took at least several dozen hipsters. But I'm sure they're doing very fine despite what the New York Post says. But nobody had seen this coming.
Bro, like, that's, honestly, I haven't looked much into like how the hostages were treated. There is a ceasefire right now for the Hamas and Gaza war. Some hostages have been released. Like I said, I haven't looked in totally, but saying that, when like a lot of people got killed at the fucking the rave that happened there, and then bro, they just went around like slaughtering fucking civilians. That's fucking insane. Like, what? Oh, God. I don't know if these people are actually anti-Semitic or they're just fucking. I get a lot of commies and tankies fucking hate Israel, and there is critique for it. The Israeli government. I'm not gonna go into that critique right now. Like I said, I want to flesh out my thoughts on Israel Hamas or Israel Palestine. Vlad Vexler said he doesn't talk about the Israel Palestine conflict because like well, he has something along the lines of, if you talk about it if I'm gonna talk about it, it's gonna be the only thing I talk about. Essentially. And it's true, like once I've looked into it, like it's all I've covered, or it's all I've like researched for a bit, and then I don't pay attention to anything else. Like it's not even all that, like, I don't know, bro. It's just fucking so it's just such a polarizing thing to talk about. But yeah, it's just crazy.
I mean, that's insane, right?
I don't even. Yeah. Okay. Like.
Okay.
I don't.
Just criticizing people. You don't have to comment if you're not comfortable about it. I honestly felt at times that he and his
I wonder if Hasan and him, he knows that guy, the Real News Network guy. I wonder if Hasan's actually been on the Real News Network. I don't know. I'll check into that.
Audience barely thought of Israelis as humans. This dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
Part of running defense
That's so stupid.
for Hamas.
What do you think Israel should have done in response to October 7th?
Instead of indiscriminately bombing Gaza, I think the first thing to do in that situation would be to dismantle the government in the way that it existed, like get Netanyahu out of power.
Okay. So you're saying Israel in
85%.
response... Hold on, dude. You're saying in response to this terrorist attack, Israel should have dismantled their own government.
First set of actions would be to democratically take Netanyahu out of power. Yes.
The problem is that Israel's been
I'm trying to think. I have a view of people that people are very. This is just every human being in general. We're all stupid and vain and selfish, and we're not evil. We're not necessarily good either. We're just very self-interested. We're very self-interested creatures. That being said, if we feel wronged collectively, then we're gonna be pissed. That that group that's been wronged, any group, is gonna want revenge or vengeance and all that. And I try to keep that framework whenever I think of like conflicts, like Israel Gaza. I don't try to fall into these like ideological spins. That being said, I do have my own biases and stuff. So to think like that the Israeli people are going to want to dissolve their government and just like, I get why, but at the same time, like, they just got attacked. I think they are inherently, I think, reactionary, or Israel, or at least current day Israel is. So there was no way that was going to happen. What Hasan said. So
all of these surrounding Arab countries had vibrant Jewish communities in huge number, hundreds of thousands. Now, if you look at them, you're looking at close to, if not literally, 0 Jews left in these countries.
Just to give you an idea, here's a visual representation of the Jewish refugees after 1948.
I know that one known Jew. I think that Jew's gone. I think he either left or I think he left. I don't know if he's still alive. He was kind of old. I know this talking point. I haven't looked into it a whole lot. I know a little bit about Israel's history. But when it comes to like the population transfers, I don't know a whole lot. Mainly from like outside countries or like the rest of the Middle East. Don't know that much.
My only crime is wanting a 2-state solution instead of one, and thinking it's not okay to kill Israeli civilians. That's it.
When it comes to the West Bank, I feel so black-pilled about that. I've looked into it a little bit, and I'm just like, I don't see a Palestinian state being formed from this. Like, I don't know. I probably shouldn't admit that. It's just so blackpilling, bro. Like, I don't even. I've only seen a little bit too, and I'm just like, what the fuck? That's just the whole like, the system, like the ABC thing. That, like, what? Like, how? Like, how can you even form like any sovereignty? I can't even say that word. How can you form any like sovereignty from that?
Then I saw clips like this where Hasan is explaining how he's hiding his power level to funnel in normies into radicalization.
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against that, you have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda. You want America in the way that I feel.
Well, let this clip roll
About it. And if you want America to get out of the way for places with more revolutionary potential to do what they would normally do, I think that, one thing you have to do is advocate for a lighter form, while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond,
right,
social democratic ideas.
Obviously, he's admitted, but he's admitted to being like a self-professed propagandist. That's his job, essentially. He's a communist, bro. Like, But the thing about Hasan, he's so big, and he has such he just has such a big audience that it's crazy. Like, these views are insane. When it comes to Hasan, I don't think he's a sociopath. I think he's he's committed to his worldview whether he actually is a communist or not, I lean towards he is. He's definitely a tanky. He's so committed to that view, but he's been so successful on Twitch, on YouTube, as an influencer, that he's just out of touch. Like, I didn't really care about that whole house thing or the car thing, but just him saying, like, when he told the California the prison firefighter, like, I'm more like on your level than like a billionaire, and while in a way that's true, he's still far and above the prisoner. Like, why would you even say something like that? Like, you're living a life that guy's not gonna. Maybe he will make it one day. I don't know. Maybe, but probably not. Like, what are you talking about, dude? And just like he said comments like he's close to like the working class or middle class, and while he may have like come out of that, he's still like so far above. He has a mansion in fucking LA, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Can you be rich and promote socialism or communism? Sure, I guess, but he just doesn't take criticism well, and he doesn't fucking do any outreach to like other creators. Like, I don't know. I think that he could have been the left's Joe Rogan. In a way, he still could be, but it's just he's fucking radical, bro. Like, before we go further, I'm just gonna show who his influence is. So, if you don't know who this is Brace Belden. He's a communist. He fought in the Syrian civil war in like 2016, 2017-ish. And he was a union organizer. He worked for Anchor. He runs the TrueAnon podcast. Full like transparency, I am subscribed to the podcast on Patreon. Just like a $5 tier. I do him and Liz, I don't agree with on a lot of things. I do find them funny. Mainly Brace. Liz is kind of funny too. But I disagree a lot with both of them. Mainly Liz. Actually Brace too. I disagree with both of them, but I do like them. They are funny. So yeah. But as this video will show, Brace is full on committed to communism. So
the whole myth about like socialism just being for like lazy people who don't want to work is just some bullshit. So I was born in San Francisco, lived here for the first little part of my life. I got into politics through punk. So, you know, I wasn't really like, I'm a communist.
That's what I've learned. A lot of like mainly millennials. They're millennials. I think he's like 34. 33. They're him and Hasan, they're around the same age. I know they've collabed together. They talked about the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. I'll probably pull up that video after this. But a lot of their generation, millennials, maybe even Gen X, they got in actually throughout the Cold War. A lot of people got into communism through like music and stuff. But I think for their generation, Hasan and Braces, they got it mainly through punk. I don't really listen to punk. I'm a very basic bitch when it comes to music, but yeah, that as he says, he got through punk and stuff.
Or whatever. I was just like, you know, left-wing politics are like a way, this is what you do when you're punk. And I was a lot more concerned at that point, like 14, you know, to my teenage years with getting drunk, which led me to do very poorly in school, and I think sort of set me on my trajectory. But once I just...
That was me. Like, as a teenager, like, once I got into high school, like, I just stopped caring about, like, I was a little into politics, but I just, like I said, history was mainly my thing. Stopped caring about all that. I was more interested in, like, getting laid in comics. Yeah, I was just nerdy.
The YPG is People's Protection Units, and it is the armed wing of a political party called the PYD, a left-wing, they call themselves communalist, a political party in the north of Syria. They're trying to start a socialist society based around democratic and federalist lines. And they were fighting ISIS, too, which are generally not known to be great guys. I believe that the Kurdish freedom movement is waging the same war as the workers in India or the workers in Taiwan and stuff like that. You know, like the class war is global. So the workers of all those countries, and every country, up and down, every continent, have the same exact interests. to emancipate themselves from wage slavery.
See, you could get behind like their talking points and stuff. But when it comes to like their thoughts on the US, and which I understand, like I've studied this stuff too. The US did some fucked up shit during the Cold War. And they did it during the War on Terror. Throughout up until now. They're still doing fucked up shit. But it's just, if you're a tanky or if you have any of these ideals, then like you're automatically, whatever the US does, even if it's good, you are against that. Anything the US does, you want the opposite, because essentially you want the fall of the US government. And like, this isn't just like, oh yeah, like fuck the government. Like, no, you want complete societal collapse of the United States. And like, while some people may want that, that's gonna be so fucked up. A lot of it is not gonna end well for the world, essentially. Scary thoughts. So yeah, like, I really don't want these people in power. I don't know how their audience feels about that. I do respect Brace, even though I don't agree with him and don't want him anywhere near power. If you listen to the TrueAnon podcast, you know this guy's a little nuts and would be okay with a lot of people dying. Just saying. But mainly rich people. Also, too, it's not just Brace. It's the Chapo Trap House guys. They're fiercely anti-Israel and the U.S. government. I don't know if they're full on commies, but they're tanky, too. Oh, the memories. Oh, shit, he
Speaking
did.
of threats to democracy, back on our daily celebration or our annual celebration of January 6th, the Insurrection Day, I have a very special guest here today. His name is Brace Belden of the TrueAnon podcast. He's here to shill, baby, shill.
You can see me as well?
I can see you. I can hear you. We're ready. We're ready to learn about what you have to sell us today. Listen.
As I said, they actually made a January 6th board game. I never got it. Kind of thought about it, but I know they pop on every now and then.
Because I'm being a bad host once again, as always. But I mean, listen, a lot of you guys are probably aware, or maybe some of you aren't, but I am joined by the wonderful podcast TrueAnon host. This friend's again, Brace Belden. Okay, they are. I guess they're no longer podcast hosts. They're like straight up. What's the term for? I mean, you guys are reporters now.
No.
You're journalists.
No.
We are not. We reject that label.
No.
We do not identify as such.
Weird.
Yeah, they're like I said, they covered the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, and I don't know if Liz has popped on, but Brace has been on a number of times. He had beef with Vaush. If you have ever seen this clip,
Wait, is this guy seriously saying that I can't get laid? Incredible, I'll give you 5,000 if you can get poontang before January 1st. Do you have any idea who the fuck you're talking to? Stroking as hard and fast as we can. When I got off Tinder because of the fucking quarantine, Tacoma wept. Even like ignoring the fact that I have a girlfriend, even fucking randos. I'm 2 hours away right now from being inside somebody else. But
bro, that's fucking crazy. Why would you say that? He's responding to TrueAnon. Brace Belden. He's responding to him. They've had beef. I don't know if they've interacted lately, but yeah, they used to have beef in like 2020. But Brace has been on like a lot of different podcasts, mainly like one-offs. I haven't seen this one. There's lots that I haven't seen of him. But yeah. Like I said, definitely like a really radical figure, and if you want to know where like Hasan's politics come from, they don't come from Brace specifically, but if you want to know like how radical Hasan is, if you listen to TrueAnon, you're gonna fucking know. So yeah, I'm gonna watch a little bit ahead. I think it's all stuff I know with like Frogan and like the whole Twitch panel that they had, some other stuff too, and then the Twitch Adpocalypse drama. So it's pretty much stuff I know. Dan Clancy, I think was his name, something like that. No, maybe it was someone else. I don't know. I kind of know the situation, so I don't feel the need to watch all of this. If anything, I'll watch it on my own. There was one reaction though that I wanted to see. H3 highlights. I think Vaush reacted to it, and I wonder what he had to say. Last I checked in with Vaush, it was the whole lolly thing. Actually, no, I saw like, I didn't watch a full video of his recently, but I saw like a clip. I saw like 2 minutes of it. I felt nostalgia for 2020. But yeah, let's see what Vaush has to say.
All right. Oh, Vaush. Remember the horse fucker who watches the horse pedophile Vaush?
I do remember him.
Well, can you call someone who consumes pornographic drawings of children a pedophile?
Ethan Klein calls Markiplier a psycho
In my
after
opinion,
he
definitely. I mean, I think you can do that.
That's what I think too. So I like to refer to him as a horse fucking pedophile.
What about Lollyfile?
A lollyphile?
Lollyfile?
Lollyphile?
I think it's pretty sussy.
Well, anyway, he actually weighed in on the Markiplier beef, if you can believe that, of all people.
I'm
Markiplier?
so glad. I wanted to know what the zoophile, party thought of all
It's not the Hasan beef.
this. What do you fucking say to these people
I
in this
love
chat
that,
that's
like,
so watching?
his viewers, between like hearing about politics, they also get filled in on the Markiplier drama. No, that's not the story, because not in your voice, the way you're reading it, like it's something serious. No, that was not the story.
Well, this is what people are clickbaiting now.
Oh shit. Lolly enjoyer bot, that's crazy.
Ethan unfollowed Mark.
You guys should go to Krispy Kreme together.
You guys, we don't care.
I don't know if he'd agree that, but doing cream filling donuts would be fucking awesome.
Breaking donuts with Markiplier, like breaking bread. Stunning.
Anyway, here's Vaush.
I'll admit, Olivia's really pretty. So,
Breaking bread.
just thought I'd say that.
Stunning.
Anyway, here's Vaush, the horse fucking pedophile.
I know that Ethan Klein's a piece of shit who's fallen off massively and has been like
Jesus
willfully engaging in a drama spiral to the bottom as he like alienates the people around him. The idea that
bro, what?
Oh god damn.
World. These people are just, they keep hyping each other up. Like they start, it gets more and more insane, and then they're just like, "This is it. This is what's happening." He's death spiral.
From what I understand about Vaush, he was a communist, and then when Biden was in office, he switched to being like a sock dem. I think he was hiding his power level. And then he went through the Fortress arc. I don't even fucking know. And then the lolly thing happened. I have no idea what's happening now. He's just, I know for sure he's like hates Israel and like probably wants to see it wiped off the map. I don't know.
Spiraling into drama and alienating everybody around him, and he's falling off. It's so crazy.
he would rope Markiplier into that is actually wild. Like, sure, whatever.
Except that's not what
I hope
happened.
Markiplier survives the drama. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to end his career.
I hope that's not how he does research when he talks about it.
Really? Like
just off of it, reading a stupid comment, he's like, "Oh, okay, so that's what's happening. Damn."
Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Let me just see what other people have been saying. No one's really commenting on it, or at least who I've looked at. You know what I haven't thought about in so long? Kavos. What's that guy been up to? Oh, his views aren't what they used to be. I don't like this thumbnail. Like, why is it white? It looks kind of weird. Like, blends in with the page. It's a weird picture of him, but okay. I think that's about it for today. It was a nice little putting my toe in the water, see how it feels. I'm gonna try to do this more often. We'll see. But yeah, Hasan and H3. They're officially donezo. Sad face. Not much else to say. Alright, thanks for watching.